I'm challenging myself to ride every day in 2018. So far, I haven't missed a day. Hashtag 365 motorcycle. Day 104. A new chapter.
And we're back. Yep. I'm so excited I don't even know what day it is. I know it's Saturday. And if you look at my cockpit here, make sure my lens is pretty good. I am on a new bike. So I just bought a used Africa Twin, a 16. I've been on it. I'm trying to figure out the miles. I've been on it for a whopping 15 miles so far. Pretty much residential, and now on I-5 heading south because I had to get it up in Portland, Oregon. So Mrs. Smith was kind enough to drive out with me, took the cage out, and now we're headed back south. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. I was looking for one for a while. Every one that I found that was close to me was, pay attention here, you gotta think driving around the big cities a little more. Everyone that I wanted was without a title, and people wanted me to give them a bunch of cash or a banker's check, and then they would get the title eventually and send it to me. So those all fell through. So I saw this one, emailed the guy back and forth, talked to him, super awesome, Norm, couldn't have been easier. So I'm super excited. So it came with some aftermarket parts as well, so not too bad. So alright, well, anyway, I'll probably check in when the scenery is a little better. Also got new gloves because my old ones ripped. I exchanged them on a warranty, so they're so not broken in. My hands are numb, and it's almost impossible to work the seine up with them because it's like I'm wearing moon gloves. So alright, well, with that, peace out. We're back! I still didn't look what the date is. I think it's the 14th. And they're riding the AT, bombing down I-5. Second tank of gas. So things are going good. Like the bike so far. No complaints. Not gonna start reviewing my bike that I've ridden, probably at best 160 miles. So ride it a little bit more, and then I'll be willing to talk about it. So pretty peppy though compared to the NC, which is to be expected because the NC is a 670 parallel twin and this is a 998. So anyway, that's pretty much that. Scenery sucks here, so I'll just turn this sucker off. Peace out. And we're back. So another check-in from April 14th on the, I was going to say NC700X, but I'm riding the Africa Twin. So that's going to take a little bit of time to get used to, man. I'm so used to saying the same thing when I ride a bike that kind of feels like this. So, yep, of course I turned the camera on because we had some pretty nice streams and scenery I was riding past. The auto on this will probably suck because usually it sucks all the time when I'm riding on freeways. The Super Slab. Yep. Peace out. We're back. So today is the 14th still. I'm riding the Africa Twin towards Medford, Oregon. Yep. So started to hit a little bit more hilly section, a little bit more picturesque. Probably got another hour or so of riding ahead of me, which will be good. We'll be done probably like by it's 3, maybe like 5 o'clock-ish, so that's not terrible. And for me, I'm fine with that first time. That's all, folks. First day on the bike, 5 hours, that's plenty for me. Mrs. Smith drove out and back today, where we are in the car, but that's a long day. That's probably around 12 hours worth of driving, so, or 10 hours worth of driving, or maybe you've been on the road longer. I don't know, but it's a long ass day. I'm gonna sit in the cage. So, yep. Hope I don't run any elk there. Last night we almost hit a deer. It was pretty spooky, man. We were coming down this hill. It's pretty dark, and the highway was 3 lanes. We're in the center lane, and the truck in the right-hand lane, I saw him just pound his brakes. I was driving the car last night, and yes, I was like, first I'm like, what is this idiot doing? And then I see deer like right in my lane. It walked from his to mine, so I had to slam on the car brakes pretty hard enough that like the skidding light came on in the car and stuff. It was spooky. There's a lot of deer in these parts, and the roads aren't well lit, so we just decided to push it a little bit further so we get to the next place that had lodging, and that was Medford, and that was pretty much that. So. Yep. All right. Well, it's another check it in. That. Peace out. And we're back. Still the 14th. Probably the last segment of the day. Burp coming. Headed into Medford. I think that big mountain over to the left, if you can see it, is Mount Shasta, but I'm not 100% sure of that. But I can look it up if I feel like it. Man, it's been weird, man. Long day on the bike again. Like not terribly long, but it's weird. I guess it gets a little punchy. So I said I like the AT, a little sore though, because probably my ass and body's trying to figure out a new bike. So there are times I think about just getting a ST1300 and just driving in comfort, or dare I say a Goldwing. So yep. Well, like I said, it's been a pretty boring day, so I guess I'll just leave it at that. Peace out. And we're back. So today is the 15th of April, and I am headed back to home. I'm in Medford, Oregon now, and today is the trip home, so a little chilly out. Don't think it's gonna rain, but got rain gear on. Really think it's warm enough in the mountains that there won't be any ice and snow issues, so that's awesome. I think if it was one day behind, it'd be perhaps a problem. So yep, all day on the super slab pretty much, so high five. Alright, well with that, peace out. Back. Still the 15th, and of course starting to rain a little bit, so this will be the first time, my first time in the afternoon when it rained, and a little foggy as well, so, cold too, yeah, cold. I think I did alright with my wardrobe change today. I hate to really have to pull off like a lot of stuff, especially in the lower areas, so just wore thermals, light duty thermals, jeans over that, which is always a no-no. It's raining, in my opinion. And then I wore my mesh riding pants, and then I just wore rain pants over it, and rain pants are blocking the way, and I figured I'd be set up for this. So yep, well that's that. So with that, and we're back. So we just passed the highest point on I-5, which is kind of exciting. Now we're headed down a 7-mile downgrade. Yep. 7 miles. 7 miles at 7%. Yep. Alright, well, just thought there might be some nice scenery see the mountains, you see them on mountain, you know, you see them all. And it's funny, like when I lived on the East Coast, this would have been like a big deal to me. Now that I live out here, I'm just like, you know. But I still appreciate it, don't get me wrong, and the riding, being able to ride every day and see stuff like this. So, alright, with that, peace out. Back, it's still the 15th, and yeah, I figured I'd point out and film one of these ridiculous agricultural inspection stations that they have in California. Only other state I've lived in or place I've traveled where they have these things is Florida, and I find them to be absolutely offensive for passenger vehicles. I mean, if there was a lot of traffic here, you get slowed down on the border to Nevada, coming out of like Lake Tahoe. It's ridiculous, freaking ridiculous that we gotta sit here and somebody has to ask us if we have a freaking orange in our thing. Yep. Yep. So yeah, this is the agricultural inspection station. And it's interesting for me to stop on this bike because it's taller than, probably the only thing it's almost as tall as is, it's a little taller than the VFR. I mean, what a freaking waste. What a freaking waste of time this is, man. Taxpayer dollars. You got any vegetables in there? No. Alright, F you then. And what's really ironic is on bikes, they don't even care. Like, I've come through those with a full set of panniers on, like a 70-liter dry bag in the back, and they just wave me through. So it's like I could have tons of produce in my bike. So I just totally absolutely don't get it, and I don't see how it could be legal to bring an orange into the state. And if they really could, if they could bother about it, but that is what it is. It's better just to hide your you're eating a banana or an orange, in my opinion. Well, I will say that because that could be unlawful. You shouldn't bring it with you, I guess so. But I guess they really don't care about bananas. They shouldn't care about bananas. They don't grow bananas in California, so ridiculous. Alright, with that rant, peace out. We're back on the 15th. Yeah, first pretty serious wind on this bike, and yeah, it blows around. I mean, every bike blows around. For some reason, this bike seems a little bit worse in the wind than everything else I ride, and that would be I had a 650 GS. I'd say the NC700X would be kind of better on crosswinds. Probably because it's a bigger bike, just and taller, more of a I'll go down. This is what happened last time, except without the rain and the craziness. But got down at elevation, and lo and behold, CHP is following Mrs. Smith. But hopefully he'll exit right here. Yeah, so all right. Well, that's that. Not much entertainment unless you're on the bike bouncing around. Then there's plenty. All right. With that, peace out.
Somewhere in the hazy background, there's Mount Shasta.
And we're back. Still the 15th. Riding through a construction area by Lake Shasta. Thought there was a good view of the lake up here, but where there isn't. I'm on a truck. Get on in the construction area. So now he is between me and Mrs. Smith. Bridge. Woohoo! Oh, I just like done what? I don't remember coming out. Oh, I do actually remember coming out of this bridge. Alright, I gotta pick up the pace of the cars. The cages are gonna kill me. Because I'm going too slow. Looking at things and enjoying life. I should just speed forth in my cage and get to my destination as quickly as possible. Not seeing anything or not enjoying anything. In my climate-controlled box. Yep. Yeah, maybe I'm hungry or something. No caffeine today. I don't know. That was pretty crazy, man. It just popped in my head. Alright, well, with that, I'll say what I always say. Peace out. Still the 15th of April. Still riding the African Twin home. It's windy as hell. Hopefully you'll be able to even hear this video, but it's yeah, the wind died down for a while, but now that I'm down in actually in the valley, it's windy as hell again. Not as windy as before. Not like spooky windy, but still windy enough that the bike's bouncing around. So. Yep. That's pretty much the story. Just riding a super slab, getting closer to home. Should be home in about 100 miles. So really not much to see here other than farmland. So, alright, well, with that, peace out. And we're back. That's interesting. I was just laughing because we're up the highway. We took some back roads home, and I was just watching a guy. He looked like a transient guy. That's what we call homeless people out here. Politically correct transients. So he's riding one bicycle, and it looked like he saw another one just laying there. So he just jumped off of it. It looked like he was gonna see if he could upgrade. So yep. So yeah, pretty much the day's almost over. We're heading through suburbia. I had to get off the interstate. It was just, oh my god, I was like a bobblehead for like 2 hours, man. The wind got really bad again, and it's just like so annoying, just bobbling and getting blown around. I'd rather ride through traffic. So yep. So probably I'm gonna guess. I looked before, so I can make a guesstimate. Probably did about 600 miles on the AT. And yeah, so far I like it, other than it being a little bit too tall, man. I really got to think about this bike sitting it down. I really got to think about it when I'm stopping in the light and stuff. It's tall. Usually where I make contact is on the balls of my feet, pretty much on both feet. So I might consider, that's our goal, looking for a lower seat. Hopefully not a Honda one, because it'll probably be crappy. Maybe Touratech makes one. So yep. So that's that. It's the end of my weekend. Got lots of videos to process. It's kind of odd. I almost wish sometimes in a way I didn't commit to filming every day and documenting stuff, but it's totally up to me. So to do that for the for the 10 people who watch those things. So. All right. Well, with that, peace out.
Well, that completes day 104 and 105 on the Africa Twin. I'm looking forward to more rides on them. Peace out!